The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. So, I know y'all have been asking me, they be like, Harry, can you make more anime content? And I'm like, alright.
Come on, boys, get loud. 'Cause when the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, you know what
Hey y'all, it's Harryana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harryana. Welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. I am the captain, you were not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you wanna know why? Bring your damn ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate, but hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harryana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Before we go any further, yes, I'm a mouse, duh. But today we are going to be doing something that I did last year. We're going to be doing it again, where I took a lot of Western animation and ranked it into the main four anime demographics. And I was like, you know what? I want to do this again, but I specifically would like to do it just with the Disney princess films because I feel like I would like a challenge with this, because we could sit here and be boring and just throw everything into the shoujo category, but absolutely fucking not. I like a challenge. And also mainly because I have like a Disney princess collection that I have coming to my shop and I'm super duper excited about that. And speaking of like shop and just things that I have, you know, coming out and whatnot, I have a new zine that I'm gonna get coming out. Style Queen zine is not going to be updated for like another month. The next volume of Style Queen is not gonna come out for a while, mainly because I don't get paid to make Style Queen. But this zine that I'm putting out, it will be like fairly cheap, fairly affordable. It won't be anything over $10, and it's just going to be full of funny stories of like fandoms I was a part of when I was younger. And yeah, it's a pretty humorous book. There are going to be sections of it where I'm just ranting, but yeah, I love zines. I love the entire culture that surrounds zines. Now let's actually get back on topic and I'll shut up with the self-promotion. So one, like I said, I'm doing the Disney princesses simply because that fits more with my brand, but also there are certain characters with Disney that I personally consider to be princesses, so I will be including those movies in here just as well. And then also I will not be ranking any movie that I have not seen. So I will not be talking about Raya and I will not be talking about Wish because I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't care to watch either of those movies. It's just the fucking truth. I'm gonna be completely honest. If I just don't care to watch something, I'm not even gonna force myself to do it. Disney will be okay if I don't go out and see one of their damn movies. So let's go ahead and get this straight, because I have made this mistake on my past and it was just me simply forgetting. But demographic does not mean genre. That is something that a lot of people don't seem to get when people start talking about the subject of anime and whatnot. Like, not all of these are like completely different, but a lot of the anime demographics have overlapping like themes and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start first with shoujo. The shoujo demographic is the demographic that is meant for girls, and it is magical girls, stories of first love, and middle school and high school stories. That is usually what you're going to get with the shoujo. Now moving on to shonen, which is also the most popular anime demographic, would have to be, you know, shonen's targeted audience is boys. Now let me say something about shonen. There's a little bit of everything that is in shonen, and that has something to do with it being the most popular demographic. Shonen, the actual shonen magazines that get sold, they get sold many more copies than they do shoujo, seinen, or josei magazines especially. So when it comes to stories that you will often find in shonen, it would be action and adventure and sports and crime. So moving forward from shonen, we have seinen, and I've been finding like a big love for seinen lately. Anyway, but seinen is the demographic that is meant for men, pretty much like shonen, but it handles things more maturely. And also in a seinen, most of the characters, like more often than times, the characters are going to be adults, like the main characters specifically. Where with shonen, a lot of the main characters usually are under the age of 18. Also, when it comes to the subject of seinen, there is just stuff in here that I didn't find, I wouldn't have found it funny when I was younger, but now I find it like really fucking hilarious. It's like going back and watching SpongeBob and catching a lot of like the adult humor in it and realizing how freaking funny it is. But like that's why when I did that other anime ranking video, that is why I put The Amazing World of Gumball in Shonen, simply because of the humor. Because Gumball is a show I have been watching since the beginning of its run, and I go back and I rewatch a lot of those episodes that came out when I was younger, and there are jokes in them that I did not find funny until I got older. And then last but certainly not least, my favorite currently would have to be josei. Josei is the demographic for women, and you will often find stories that focus on romance, drama, the struggles of being an adult, but you'll find a lot of workplace stories here. Like, and when I say workplace stories, it's like more traditional work environments, like being in offices and such. So I find that very interesting. Now that I've done all that damn explaining, let's actually go and start ranking the shit. And we're gonna start like in order of when the movies came out, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna go in with the personal picks of what I think are Disney princess movies, or who I think are Disney princesses, and that will conclude this. So the first one, we gotta start with the original, the first Disney movie, and the first Disney princess movie, the first Disney movie period, would have to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, how will I go about this? I'm gonna be honest, I will throw this film probably into, it's a fine line between seinen and shoujo. And the main reason why I say shoujo is because the story focuses on the subject of a princess, and you know, her just trying to get by or whatever the fuck, and then there's an evil queen, and then you know, poison apple, first love's kiss, all that bullshit. Like honestly, this movie is a film that I just don't necessarily care too much for. So yeah, but the main reason I would say it's a seinen is because, you know, Walt Disney himself, who we don't fucking like on this channel, he even said that that movie wasn't necessarily intended to be for kids. It was like, oh, I just wanted to make an animated movie. Kids are not the targeted demographic for this. This is just an animated film. So that's part of the reason why I would say it's like seinen. It was mainly just meant for people that just like animation, but it got thrown into like the kid category. So that's why I would say it's like a shoujo. So I would put Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, I think mainly because of the way people view animation. I'm gonna stick it in seinen. Okay, next we got Cinderella. Cinderella. As desperately as I want to put Cinderella in josei, the entire story of Cinderella is shoujo. It's very much shoujo, mainly because Cinderella is a story that a lot of us, like, you know, knew about since we were actually very, very small. I remember I read like the original Cinderella story. It was like condensed down. It was not like the original dark grim tale, but it was like made to be like more kid friendly. And I remember I watched the original Disney Cinderella, like the real old one, and I was pretty young, and I watched it at cheer camp too, and I adored the film and I loved it. It is a movie that I say is a little bit like more on the quiet side, but it can still keep your attention because of how complex it is. And even with me being that young, I did fully understand what was going on. I fully did comprehend it. But let's be honest, anytime that there are Cinderella stories being made, they are usually made for girls. I'm not going to tell y'all actually because I don't want to spoil it, and I feel like if I say something about it, it's going to mess up the flow that I have coming, but you guys will find out about it later. But mainly because the entirety of Cinderella's story has just very much been like, you know, very young girl oriented, I am going to throw Cinderella into the shoujo category. Now, moving forward with Sleeping Beauty. Okay, when you look at Sleeping Beauty on the surface, it may seem like a shoujo, But baby, that is Shonen. That is very much Shonen. The story is dark and gritty, and it also has to do with like the action scenes that are in it. Because I say that this is one of the first Disney films I said that had like a lot of like big intricate action scenes in it. There's an entire battle between Prince Philip and Maleficent in the end. I most definitely think Sleeping Beauty is a seinen. And fun fact, when it comes to like, whenever people ask me what my top 3 favorite movies are, it's always Scream, it's Pretty in Pink, and then it's Sleeping Beauty. Those are my top 3 movies of all time. I love this film. I adore it. But this shit ain't no damn josei. It's not a josei. If we're talking about the live action Maleficent film, that's a josei. But this most definitely is a shonen, mainly for the sake of, you know, the entire storyline that focuses with Philip and Maleficent, mainly because of, like I said, how dark it is, but also it's very like action based. There's sword fights and shit like that. Like, I'm sorry, there's like fire and all of that. I just don't get shoujo from this. I really don't. It's giving more so the things that I often see in seinen. Next would be the Little Mermaid. Okay, that's just shoujo. It's easy. Shoujo. That is the most shoujo-iest Disney princess movie out here. It's freaking shoujo. Everything about it screams shoujo. You have a girl that is trying to find herself in the world. She doesn't get along with her family. Her dad doesn't understand her. She meets a dude and falls in love with him and wants to be with him. There's a lot of fashion. Fashion is an important part of the story. Bright colors, super duper girly film. Like I said, this is a freaking shoujo. It's a freaking shoujo. Next, moving forward from The Little Mermaid, we have Beauty and the Beast. Now, Beauty and the Beast is a movie that I did not like when I was like younger, but I loved it when I became an adult. So we're gonna be pinging back and forth between josei and seinen here. I'm gonna be completely honest. The Beauty and the Beast is given a bit of josei, mainly because it reminds me of quite a few josei mangas I have read. Like, mainly a lot of, if you are familiar with josei manga, you know that so many of these stories be having to deal with like a woman and a man that just gets on her freaking nerves, and then next thing you know, he comes around to loving her. That's exactly how it is with Belle and the Beast. Like, I'm not even fucking joking. That's literally how it is. I would say like seinen, mainly for the sake of what was going on with like the townspeople, specifically Gaston. But no, it's very much a josei. It's very much a josei. Mind you, Sleeping Beauty is a film that like I just personally never loved as much as other people, but I most definitely think it is beautifully done. It is amazing, but it's not necessarily like my favorite film. It's not a film that I would necessarily run to and watch over and over again. Probably because this movie brought me so much discomfort. I'm just being honest. The Beast was irritating as shit. Like, he irritates me, but that's a josei couple right there. This is josei all the way. Okay, next we have The Lion King. This is the unofficial one, but it just popped up in my brain because I remember Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King came out around like the same time. It's not shoujo, period. No, go ahead and throw that out. The Lion King. Is it shonen? Honestly, it's a shonen. It's a shonen, mainly because it's a young male lead learning about the world and finding himself and being the chosen one and whatever. Y'all know that My Hero Academia type shit? Like, it's annoying. Like, I'm so tired of that trope of like, I can do it, I can be the best, yada yada yada. And that's kind of what like The Lion King gives. But then it gets like really, really dark. The first half of The Lion King is a shonen, but then like in the end of it, it's very much seinen. But overall, that's fucking shonen. It's shonen. I always said Nala was a Disney princess, so yeah, that's why I said that film. Next movie we have to be Pocahontas. Oh. Listen, Pocahontas is a movie that makes me deeply uncomfortable now. Like, it just makes me like deeply uncomfortable realizing how fucking disrespectful it is to Matoka herself. It's not shoujo. I don't want to throw it in josei either though. I'm not even being fucking, I'm telling the damn truth right there because it's a mess. Shonen, Shonen. This was one of those I'd say is pretty much ambiguous, and you can throw it into any demographic and it'll stick. Like, it'll stick. That's the one thing that a lot of people don't seem to get about a lot of these anime and manga, is that sometimes they're labeled as like a shonen, but then the series gives very much shoujo. Like Little Witch Academia, I found out that was a shonen, and I was like, what do you mean it's a shonen? This is the most shoujo shonen I've ever seen. Some of these are just very ambiguous, and I'd say that Pocahontas is an ambiguous one. The next movie would have to be Mulan. I don't care, it's seinen. It's seinen. Mulan is a seinen film, more so because, listen, I'd say that this is more so one of the more mature Disney films. A lot of these Disney films have like mature elements in them. Scratch that, it's not seinen, mainly because of that animal sidekick. And one thing about a lot of shonens is that they have those annoying ass animal sidekicks or just random talking animals in them and whatnot. Like that panda from JJK, I'm not the biggest fan of him, I'm sorry, but because of Mushu's contribution to this movie, it was given a lot of common tropes that I see up in shonen. Mulan is a shonen. If Mushu wasn't in there, I most likely would throw it into seinen. Speaking of, like, we're on the subject of this, I just randomly thought about like Samurai Jack, because I know both of these things have to do with martial arts. Samurai Jack is seinen. Next we have The Princess and the Frog. Okay, and I'm not just saying this because like I'm biased, but like it's a josei. It's a josei. Listen, okay. The Princess and the Frog. Okay, it's a shoujo, but like also a josei, because listen, the movie feels so damn mature before like Tiana actually gets turned into a frog. I'm not even joking. It feels like something I would see in a josei manga. It feels like something that I would see in a josei manga pertaining to the subject matter of it all and everything like that. But it also does give shoujo with the, you know, them turning into talking freaking animals and going into the damn swamp and the bayou and all of that and whatever. Because I'm biased, I'm throwing it into the josei category. I don't care. Speaking of that, and the Almost There book, I still have it sitting over here with me. The book for The Princess and the Frog, the Twisted Wonderland books. Is it Twisted Wonderland or Twisted Fairy Tale? Either fucking way, y'all know what I'm talking about. That book is josei. That book is josei. So because I'm biased, The Princess and the Frog is a josei because I see it so. Next we have Tangled. Okay, Tangled reminds me of what I said about The Little Mermaid. It is the most shoujo-iest Western animated film ever. Tangled most definitely is a shoujo. Like I said, it's about girl finding who she is in the world, first love, breaking from her family and parents and shit like that. It's extremely bright and colorful. Pink is all over the damn color palette for this film. There is the action and adventure aspect of this movie, which blows me, is that they were trying to cater Tangled to like everybody, but the movie was still extremely girly if you ask me. So yeah, it most definitely is a shoujo. It most definitely is a freaking shoujo, and honestly that might be a contribution to why I don't necessarily like this movie that much now as I did when I used to, because I used to be the biggest fan of Tangled, like the film, not the damn show, the movie. I'm talking about it in my zine that I have coming out, so make sure you guys check that out when it's ready to be released. But it makes no sense, y'all. It makes absolutely no freaking sense how obsessed I was with Tangled. I have it on DVD. I used to watch it like every day, like when I was 15. It's bad, and now I just don't even care for the movie no more. Okay, moving forward from Tangled, we have Brave. Okay, I actually can't stand this movie. Like, I can't stand this movie. Like, I really don't like Brave. I don't like it. I can't stand it. Like, I actually can't freaking stand it. And have y'all ever hated a movie so much that you just kind of like blocked it out of your memory and like you just kind of don't remember? Honestly, Brave, because the subject matter focus is on a mother-daughter relationship, and then like, you know, learning more about each other and being more understanding and actually figuring out how to work with one another, I throw it into shoujo. I can't stand this film. I really can't. Okay, moving forward from Brave, we have Moana. Moana is one of those films that can either be a shoujo or it could be a shonen. It's either or with those. The main reason I say it's shoujo is because scratch that. Moana's a seinen. It's seinen. It most definitely is seinen, mainly because this film is just action and adventure. It's an action and adventure movie. I remember somebody else had said something about how Moana is actually an action film if y'all think hard enough about it, and it most definitely is. It's part of the reason why I just kind of got a little bored with the movie too, because I'm not the biggest on like the action genre. I personally find a lot of action films to be boring. I just can't. I'm not interested in them. That's part of the reason why the like MCU just like stopped appealing to me after a while, because I just got extremely bored with action scenes. It's just no, because there's a whole entire part of Sucker Punch, the film, that I just did not digest at all because I like tuned out of it because the action scene went on for too long. But because of like so much of the action scenes in this film, I most definitely am going to put Moana into Shonen. Okay, moving forward from Moana, the last one's Raya. So I didn't watch Raya. Okay, so they have like former Disney princesses, and I'm gonna do those. They said Peter Pan. Now y'all know I love Peter Pan down. The story, Captain Hook, right here in the flesh. All right. Peter Pan is a shonen. It's very much a shonen. It's very much a shonen, and it's got the princess label because of Tinkerbell, but it's very much a shonen. It's freaking shonen. Everything. It's action and adventure. Tinkerbell. I'm gonna be honest, this is how I know a lot of people have not rewatched Peter Pan or probably even watched the movie at all, because Tinkerbell's not in this shit that much. Like, she really isn't, and she's just being a brat the entire time. Like, I remember in the book she like died because she wasn't getting enough attention. It was actually funny. But yeah, it's a shonen for sure, and probably because it has to do with like the pirate stuff and everything, and pirates are something that are very big when it comes to shonen. Like, y'all know One Piece, and One Piece is a shonen pirate show. Don't ask me to watch One Piece, y'all. Please stop asking me, y'all. I don't have the time. I don't have the time, okay? Okay, moving forward from there, we have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is a seinen hands down. Seinen hands down. I always say that this is an adult animated movie. If you take out all the fucking gargoyle scenes, I hate them. Y'all ain't never gonna get me to like them bitches. I don't like the gargoyles at all. It is a seinen hands down. It is dark, gritty, disturbing, and overall well done movie, okay? But it is dark. It can be very depressing at times, but it doesn't give that same vibe that I get from a lot of like josei manga and whatnot, mainly because I'd say that if the story where Esmeralda was the main character, I would say it would fit more into the josei category, but this fits more into seinen because the main focus of the story always comes back to Quasimodo, who is a man. And a lot of this movie is like from his perspective, and so much of it has to do with him protecting Esmeralda and trying to help her as much as he can. And I often see that kind of trope in Shonen manga and Shonen anime, the shows. So yeah, I think that it's a Shonen, that it's most definitely Shonen. And I'm not saying that josei doesn't have like dark and disturbing like storylines and whatnot, because that's absolutely untrue. A lot of josei that I read had me crying because of how dark the story would get, but it's a different kind of darkness over there compared to how it is with seinen, because seinen you're gonna see a lot more guts and gore and blood and fire and all that shit over there. Okay, next is Tarzan. Tarzan, ooh, okay, when Tarzan was younger, like the movie, first of all, the movie, he was them little scenes took up a good chunk of that film. I didn't realize how long them scenes went on. I say like all of that was shonen, but then the part where Jane actually comes into it, because Jane, that's where the princess comes in. It's seinen. It's seinen. It's very much seinen. Once Tarzan grows up, it's very much seinen, and then if you throw out the gorillas and shit like that, honestly, because of the talking animals, mind you, all these Disney movies be having talking animals in them and shit, and I'm not the biggest fan of the animal sidekick. I didn't even like that when I was younger, so don't play with me. But the gorillas take up a big chunk of the movie. Like, you know what? The stuff with Tarzan and Jane is Shonen, but because those talking animals are in the movie so freaking much, it is Shonen. Okay, and then the last two we're gonna do are just like personal picks from mine. Hercules. Listen, Hercules, I love this movie down. Listen, I love Hercules with all my heart. And I don't want you guys thinking that I'm like shitting on Shonen right now. I'm really not. It's just, I feel like a lot of people complain about things that are often in Shonen when they can, like, the problem can easily be solved if they went to the other three demographics out here. But yeah, it is a shonen for sure, mainly because so many of the shonen tropes, that my hero, you can do it if you try hard enough, and yada yada yada. That's like the main thing here. You got that bullshit. I'm sorry y'all, I'm just so tired of that trope. It's so corny to me. I used to love it and I can't stand it. But it has that. It has, like, you know, the female love interest. It has like everybody in this town, and then you have the big bad villain, the big bad adult villain, and then you have his little annoying, irritating ass sidekicks. It is so much of what I see in shonen. It's over here in Hercules. So yeah, Hercules, it's I can't see it as anything else other than shonen, because I want to sit here and say that it is seinen. There are elements in it that give the impression of seinen, and then there are elements in it that give the impression of josei with Megara in the muses. But overall, because of the overall film being Hercules, focusing on that man, it is shonen. And then the last movie we'll talk about is WreckIt Ralph. Mind you, listen, Rock Breaks the Internet is a movie I saw, but I did not pay attention to it. So I most definitely feel like I can't judge that movie, but I will talk about WreckIt Ralph. WreckIt Ralph is a shonen for sure. It is a shonen for sure. It could be seen as a shoujo a tad bit, mainly with the stuff that goes on with Vanellope and whatnot. But even then, so much of the stuff that is going on with Vanellope, I wouldn't say it's like a magical girl or whatnot, because it has to do with race car driving. And race car driving and things like that are more so what you would see in more male-oriented media. So it focuses on that when it comes to like the candy game and all of that shit. But then when we think about Ralph, that is like, you know, big buff character, hero's duty. That is literally whatever that is, like laser tag. I don't freaking know. But WreckIt Ralph is most definitely shonen. It's a shonen. I love WreckIt Ralph, by the way. I remember I've seen that movie so many times. Like Sugar Rush, I used to play that all the time. And that concludes the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I think I'm gonna call it a day. I filmed like 2 videos and it's been a minute since I recorded, so it's gonna take me a minute to get used to this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked my cosplay for the most part. I had a lot of fun putting it on. It's super cute. Avantika really was like, she killed this outfit for sure. Like, I'm super excited to go see the movie. Yeah, like I said, the zine, I'll let y'all know when it comes out. I'm still deciding on what I want to title it. That's why I didn't come out and actually say the title of the thing. I apologize for that if that irritated you and I didn't tell you what the name of it was. I'm just still deciding on what I wanted to call it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it. Happy New Year, because this video is going up in January and I constantly say Happy New Year in January. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, night, or whatever time of the day that you're watching this. I'm just thankful that you're watching with ads on. Alright, thank you. Goodbye.
Now that you see, you should beware of the power of 3. They come to fight as fast as they can. They're dangerous, yet fabulous. Because the Utonium made them eschew. They are the colors of pink, green, and blue. They'll catch you in the blink of an eye and do it all before